Welcome everybody to the video. Today we're going to be talking about this 2023 Lincoln Aviator. We bought it brand new. We've had it exactly 3 years. So I'm going to tell you guys what we like, what we have not liked, things that are problems we've had, the problems we haven't had with it. I'm going to go through it all. I'm going to tell you guys the options that we got with this vehicle when we bought it. This was delivered in September 2022. September 2022 they delivered this vehicle to us. So it's been exactly 3 years. We got 50,000 kilometers on the clock. I'll write here at the bottom of the screen what that is in miles. We do enjoy it. It looks really good. This is the infinite black with the jet appearance package. The jet appearance package was everything is blacked out. That's why you see the grill's blacked out, the moldings are blacked out, the wheels are blacked out, everything, the mirrors, everything's blacked out. No chrome. Chrome delete, what we liked. Also on this vehicle we have the suspension package. We have the suspension package on it. We also have the, what else do we got going on? What else do I have here? I have the illumination package. You can see the lights, the 2 lights. If you don't have illumination package, it's 4 lights that are in there. This thing lights up. When you walk up to it at night and you have the key in the pocket and it's dark out, it lights all up. Lets you get in there nice and close to it with it lighting up so that you have no problems. It's not too dark out. We have the roast interior. This is what we optioned it out with. Show you guys the seats. Look at the seats, they're still really nice. No cracking at all. Steering wheel leather still looks really good. The bolsters are looking good. Everything is looking just like new on this. Look at that, looks really good. The buttons are nice. Nothing looks like it's used, worn out. Of course you have steel buttons. Everything is steel or aluminum buttons. It's not plastic. None of this plastic stuff. So this was the 23, like I said, Lincoln Aviator Reserve. Has a 3-liter, the V6 400 horsepower. It's an all-wheel drive vehicle, 10-speed automatic. Like I said, it has we had the Reserve. It was a 201A package. You got a few packages you can order off of. That's the one we ordered. Illumination, and it's got those 30-way seats. You know, the seats that move all over the place that you don't really use. It's got the massaging seats too. Got the fake wood up here. You can also get the brushed aluminum. Depends what you want to get. I know they have some for 2025 or 2026. I think they have a couple different colors for interiors now. I think they have a brown, and they also have like a darker roast. I don't think they have the roast color anymore. I think they've changed that. They also have black, and I think they have gray. I'm not sure 100%. Sharp looking car, really sharp. So everything is really nice on it. Everything seems to be going very well. We haven't had many problems. I'll tell you guys about it. It's got the big stereo in it, the 28 speaker stereo systems. You know, you have the speakers all over the place. The back seats are looking good. Of course, we don't use them that often. Got the big panoramic sunroof. Got the 3rd row in the back there. Look, these seats are looking good too. Got the speakers everywhere. See the speakers even up here. Right there. That's why they have the 28 speakers that are all over the place in this thing. Still have original tires on it. Of course, us here, we're in Canada, so in the winter time we put winter tires, but this vehicle has been to Florida a couple times in the winter. 2 winters it's been to Florida. That's why the mileage. So we have 50,000 kilometers to go down there and back. We've a couple times in some That's like 5,000 kilometers each when you go down once and back, plus the mileage you put on down there. So we've done that a couple times. That's why we got a few extra miles on it, because by the time you go down there and come back, you're always putting around 8,000 to 10,000 kilometers. You're doing a lot of driving, visiting and stuff like that down there. Also, it has the heated seats in the back, the heated and the cooled seats. And the biggest thing that I like about this vehicle, I'll tell you, when you're driving on the interstate or the highways and you have that Lincoln Co-Pilot 360, I'm sure it's a Ford has them too, the Co-Pilot to help you drive there, great stuff, really amazing stuff. Helps you out, it's really good, makes it a little bit easier for long drives. Also, the keypad, that is a wonder. It's one of the best things they ever did. These keypads, so you can get in and out of the vehicle if you don't need to have the keys. If ever there's something you're just leaving in it, say you're anything, you're going to the beach or you're going to groceries or anything, you just have to use the keypad if you want to go get something out of it. Nice stuff. All right, the big things, the big problems. No, I'll tell you guys the things that we've really enjoyed about it so far, that and I'll talk about the problems after. The things we've enjoyed, of course, is the look. The look is so incredible, and the drive. It's a beautiful driving vehicle. Not too big, not too small. The only thing a little bit that bothers a little bit is you can feel the roads because the wheels are so big. The 22-inch wheels with the smaller tire like that, it makes it so you can feel the roads. Sometimes you can feel the bumps in the road and the cracks in the road a little bit more than if you had a bigger tire that was thicker. Not bigger, I mean in size, but I mean a thicker tire. You had a little bit more sidewall on it. And the other things that we really enjoyed about it, it's that we don't have many problems with it. It goes in and out for service once or twice a year. Get oil change, get the winter wheels put on it, stuff like that, just regular maintenance. We've never had anything major problem with it ever happen. We've never had anything big happen where we had to send it in. We've had a lot of recalls, but it's all little stuff, and they just do it when it goes in for service. You know, it's always been little stuff, like we had a puncture in a tire that has nothing to do with the vehicle. I mean, our rear cameras, everything has always worked. I know I've seen on some of the forums that some of the rear cameras sometimes, your screen right there sometimes is slow going, but we haven't had any problems with that. I don't know if we got ourselves a good one, but we've had Ford for the last 35 years, and we've had Explorers. We had a lot of Explorers probably since around 2000. We've had Ford Explorers, we've had Limiteds, and we've had all the higher trim Explorers you could have. They're Platinum, all stuff like that, which is more or less the same vehicle. If you get a Ford Explorer Platinum, it's more or less the same vehicle, all the same options. The only difference is instead of saying Ford on it, it says Lincoln. More or less the same vehicle. Maybe the touches, the finishing is a little bit nicer. This is where we got it. We bought it here, our local dealer. I was there last month or a couple months ago. I asked him, I said, hey, how much would it be for a trade-in? Why don't you give me a price to see what's going on? And the big problem is the trade-in value. I don't know if it's changed, because I know they got better pricing right now, because don't forget, when we bought this is when they couldn't sell it to you for over sticker. Here in Canada they have a law where you can't do that. I know in the United States they were doing that, but here you can't sell it for over sticker, so we paid sticker for it. Back when we bought this was $95,000, which is crazy. We've been buying vehicles for the last 30 years, 35 years from our dealership, and we've never paid sticker for a vehicle. And it seems like I've seen lately that they have like 10,000 off. They have employee pricing stuff going on. So when we asked him, he said, hey, why don't you give us a price? We'll do a trade-in, maybe get a new one, just to see if it was worth it. Of course, it wasn't worth it. They wanted, like, I think it was $33,000 or $34,000 trade-in. plus this vehicle for a new one. I said, no way. I mean, by the time you put the tax on top of that and everything, you're going to be up around $40,000. I said, no, forget it. We'll just keep it. It's going good. We'll just keep driving it. We don't need I'm not going to spend that kind of money. I could have seen maybe if it was like 20-25 grand, but not 30 to 35,000. Forget that. So the problems that we've had with this vehicle, I'm going to tell you guys right now, we have not had any problems at all with it. None at all. Nothing has broken on this car. The only thing we had to have done, we did once, was they turned the rotors in the front a couple years ago because it had a little bit of a shake when you pushed on the brake pedal, but we didn't even change the rotors. We didn't even change the brake pads. Everything's still all original. Like I told you guys, we still have the original tires on this car. They're at 50,000 miles. Probably around, was that around 50,000 kilometers, around 30,000 miles. Original, still everything. Windshield, everything is still all original on it. We haven't had any bad luck whatsoever. No, because of the aluminum body, no rust. You know, sometimes you get the little pitting of the rust and stuff like that. We haven't had any of that yet. We had it a couple times with our other vehicles, but none of the times with this one. So as I said, no problems whatsoever. Been excellent vehicle. I don't have nothing negative to say about it. The only thing, maybe the only thing I could talk to you guys about that's negative is the trade-in value. I know it's a luxury vehicle, but I would have thought maybe that it wouldn't be so bad. I wouldn't think that it would be $10,000 a year and more of value that you lose, especially if you always buy the same place. But I guess maybe their dealerships are not hard up yet to sell. They're still selling a lot of vehicles, making a lot of money. We'll see maybe one day if the lots get filled up, if things go back to normal like they were before we had the pandemic. But the paint is still really nice on this vehicle. Everything still looks really good. One thing we didn't get, because this is when they had the chip shortage, when you have at the bottom where you can just kick under the vehicle and the hatch opens, that was a delete. They deleted that because they had a chip shortage. So we never got that. I saw that they'd given us like a big $70 credit. So I asked them, I said, well, you guys, when you guys get the chips, can you install that for $70? And they said, no sirree. I said, I understand. I just wanted to see what they were gonna say. So this is it. The vehicle has been excellent. I have absolutely nothing to say against it. Nothing at all. It's been a great vehicle. So if ever you guys are thinking about getting one of these, I recommend it. I really do. Because we've had no problems. Of course, we had no problems with our Explorers either. We've been pretty lucky with our vehicles. Of course, we take care of them. We keep them in a heated garage in the winter time. Even in the summer, they're never outside. They're never sitting outside. So they don't have a chance to get a crack, have your dash pads crack and stuff like that, and the seats dry up and from sitting out in the sun, stuff like that. So if you guys have a chance and you're thinking about buying one of these, you can pull the trigger, because we haven't had any problems at all with ours. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just to tell you guys, we've enjoyed it, and I think it was really good vehicle to have. All right, see you guys next one. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. See ya.